are these seemingly conservatives pro-Soviet and using Christianity as a cover to deliver us fascism? Have y'all, like me, been scratching your head trying to figure out who's responsible for all this division and chaos, all this confusion, misinformation, disinformation? I'm gonna tell you my guess. I think it's the Alliance Defending Freedom, or ADF. They're a law firm that's responsible for aligning a lot of right-wing super PACs that have corrupted many elected officials. They're responsible for baiting racial tensions. They probably have everything to do with that Alabama State Supreme Court decision to judge embryos as children. They seem to support our military-industrial complex, but not our troops, based off the lobbying that they have their MAGA Republican elected officials do. Doesn't seem like they pass bills to actually help our troops. They seemingly just want money for the military-industrial complex. They also have ties to the prison industrial complex. They're a lot of the same players, and they're the ones that exploit prison labor. It's serious because these folks are involved in stochastic terrorism and sedition. They've weaponized the Bible and Christianity for political gain. They've probably conspired with the Southern Baptist Convention to make sure that pastors that have allegations of minor sexual assault have some sort of protection fund. They're responsible for manipulating MAGA Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House. I think they're the ones most responsible for detracting from the war efforts in Ukraine. They're the ones that pushed the rhetoric that ended up breaching our contract in the Budapest Memorandum, all while helping the Trump administration strategize, making sure he gets a border win and obstructing a border deal through the MAGA Republicans. They're the ones that tried to pass all those anti-trans bills all over the country. 500 plus anti-trans bills. They're guilty of conspiring with Harlan Crow to corrupt and bribe Clarence Thomas. Erin Hawley works at Alliance Defending Freedom, and her husband Josh Hawley, I feel like, are responsible for January 6th. That means the rest of that whole group should be named in all the cases, and the RICO case. I believe they also conspired with Cambridge Analytica in 2015 to manipulate the outcome of the 2016 election with the help of foreign adversaries, Russian Wagner Group and the Internet Research Agency. They're guilty of trying to manipulate it in 2020, and of course they're trying to do it in 2024. You can check out Project 2025. That was originally the Seven Mountain Mandate. They have close ties to the Federalist Society, but seemingly even more extreme. They commingle efforts with the Heritage Foundation, a far right-wing think tank, a think tank that devised many ways to obstruct a lot of what Biden and Obama administrations were trying to do. In my opinion, they also have close ties to the Republican war hawks that lied to get us to go into Iraq and Afghanistan. You can see how much money was pumped into the military-industrial complex, and not a lot of benefits and supports goes to our troops, but a lot of money went to that complex. They have roots, even though they started as the focus on the family, they have roots, ideological roots, with the Daughters of the Confederacy. They are the organization responsible for Moms for Liberty, the AstroTurf organization that claims to be, grassroots, but is really billionaire funded. They're the ones going around to all the public schools trying to take out books about racial injustice. These people are running around banning books, trying to infiltrate public school systems. I think they're responsible for helping Oklahoma circumvent the Oklahoma and U.S. constitutions to implement the first public Christian charter Academy, which is available virtually all over the country. Alliance Defending Freedom also used their ties to the military-industrial complex to manipulate MAGA representatives into detracting from the Ukraine war efforts. MAGA used Congress to strong-arm U.S. TikTok into housing its moderation through Oracle in the U.S. after the congressional hearings. Once Oracle moved its HQ from California to Austin, Texas, my guess is MAGA used their criminal enterprise and Russian FSB intelligence through the Wagner Internet Research Agency to alter the moderation in TikTok's algorithm, negatively affecting leftist pro-Ukrainian accounts. Alliance Defending Freedom is behind the MAGA troll industrial complex that has empowered Trump, encouraged MAGA conspiracy with Putin, plotted to remove our democracy with Jan 6, and remove bodily autonomy with repealing Roe v. Wade, corrupted SCOTUS by appointing biased judges susceptible to bribery. They're the ones behind Project 2025 and 7 Mountain Mandate. And I think they absolutely were behind the MAGA impeachment, even knowing that the information was bogus coming from that Russian spy who has been now held for perjury. I'm not an attorney, but I don't think officers of the court should knowingly be pushing Russian propaganda, Russian lies from spies to impeach the President of the United States. I think MAGA Republicans and Alliance Defending Freedom absolutely knew Smirnov was feeding false information just to be able to move forward with impeachment hearings for Biden. These are officers of the court. I suspect Alliance Defending Freedom also conspired with Ken Paxton's wife to somehow get him out of Ken Paxton being impeached, because from what I could tell, the amount of information and the evidence against him was pretty damning, and then all of a sudden he just got out of that. Now, Ken Paxton is suing a bunch of Texas ISDs for illegal electioneering for promoting political candidates. What do you expect when you guys are literally pushing fascist theocracy? You don't expect people to speak up. You don't like people asking questions, communicating, organizing, voting. You want no expression. You want to suppress everything but your beliefs. The audacity to think that your one religion is above all others is shameful.